needs beyond consumer profiling. Fifth, DataFin simplifies data access by allowing users to look at data from a business perspective, with theme-based logical data depiction that is automatically generated and based on metadata. Businesses no longer need to be concerned about complex physical data tables. Finally, DataFin provides unified data asset management, helping users to gain a clear view of their data, rapidly search and use the data, smartly optimize data computation and storage efficiency, trace data applications, and most importantly, measure the overall cost and benefit of each data asset. Notably, all features are housed within an easy-to-use interface, and artificial intelligence is continually being used to optimize processes. With DataFin, users no longer need to worry about technical complexity. They can simply follow the 6-step journey to build a well-structured and organized data layer, a unified data common layer, and rich diversified data application layer to achieve data standardization, development automation, asset-based data management, and data intelligence-driven business. DataFin has helped a variety of businesses within the Alibaba ecosystem to achieve success in retail, finance, and logistics. It has also supported other sectors such as media, technology, and government. With DataFin, the Chinese streaming video company eToGo improved its computation efficiency by 4 times, resulting in a savings cost of over 30 million RMB, and also enhanced its campaign response rates by 30 times. DataFin helps your firm enter a new era of data intelligence.
Hello everyone, welcome to Alibaba Cloud Activate online conference, and thanks for joining us today. My name is Vladimir Tsaganov. I'm a solutions architect from Data Intelligence team. At Alibaba Cloud, I'm focusing on development of big data and artificial intelligence solutions and industry best practices. Today, I will introduce you a helicopter view of Alibaba Cloud Data Technology Platform with its major products and solutions. Before I will get started, I would let you know that you can prepare your questions, and at the end of the session, I'll be happy to answer them. Also, this session will be recorded and will become available on our website shortly after we'll finish the conference. My session will have 4 major topics. The first, we will talk about Alibaba technologies and how we use them within Alibaba Group, and what impacts they make to our business. Then I will introduce you our data intelligence product portfolio and key architectural principles and design patterns. Lastly, we will have a quick view of data intelligence solutions for industry verticals and several case references. Let's start from the very beginning. As many big corporations, we build our data infrastructure around various relational databases. And for some time, we were one of the biggest consumers of Oracle and MySQL services. But with rapid business growth of Alibaba, we had to look for another technological solution that can scale together with our businesses. At 2008, we built our Hadoop platform, but due to its technical limitations and complexities, with maintenance during rapid growth of data consumption, at the group level, we made decision to start development of our own computing platform. Later, we call it OS that should manage our infrastructure and data. This operating system is fully developed in-house, and now it is the backbone of Alibaba Cloud offering, both for public cloud and data platform that we call Max Compute. The first successful implementation of our public cloud and data platform offering was project for China Railway Corporation. The ticketing system had massive problems with its performance during peak periods. For example, during Chinese New Year, when most of Chinese people would return home for a long vacation, system couldn't process such number of requests from its users, creating very poor customer experience. Implementing our solutions enabled China Railway Corporation to overcome these challenges and handle most of the peak periods without major incidents in the system operation. Today, we offer comprehensive public cloud and data technology platform for all our users domestically and internationally. Alibaba is not just e-marketplace. Alibaba is a data company. We have a major business in new retail that consists of domestic and global marketplaces together with traditional offline retail empowered with digital technologies, implementing the concept of O2O or online to offline. We also have a big business operations at fintech industry. Our Ant Financial is one of the biggest and most innovative player in the industry. Apart from it, we have business in logistics, marketing, travel, health, entertainment, and social networks. All these businesses are very different, but what unites them into one well-managed business operating system is the massive cloud and data infrastructure together with innovative solutions such as AI, IoT, big data, etc. These technologies are battlefield tested in our own businesses, and that's why we're quite confident in our public cloud offering because we use the same technologies internally. In addition to cloud and data infrastructure, we have developed and implemented a comprehensive data governance framework named One Data, One ID, and One Service. One Data is a unified data warehousing and data asset management platform designed to integrate the data from all business entities, breaking the silos and creating a single source of truth. Before implementing One Data, every business unit tends to create its own silos that complicate the process of data analysis on the group level. Today, all data sits at centralized data repository and managed under a unified governance framework that enables executives and operation teams to leverage the up-to-date information on business performance. Another problem for Alibaba was we didn't really know enough about our customers. For example, previously we had about 1.3 billion records on our active users, which is almost equal to the total population of China, where the internet penetration is about 700 million people. So obviously, it shows us that we had duplicated records that polluted our reports. That's why we developed One ID service. One ID is a unified entity management service that helps us manage all active users, creating very detailed profile information. We use machine learning and graph compute to cleanse the customer data and link identities based on the data we have recorded at our platforms. After implementing One ID, we ended up with approximately 600 million active users, which is more reasonable compared to previous records. Apart from the customer records management, One ID managed the other entities, such as goods, equipment, selling items, SKUs, etc. To help develop various data applications such as recommendation systems, sales forecasting, supply chain optimizations, and many more. Having One Data and One ID in place, we had to create a service layer that can help control the access to such information. That's why we developed One Service. It managed the permission to the data assets that we have at Alibaba, as well as enabled to optimize the data consumption, avoiding data duplication and unnecessary resource waste. In order to support such complicated business operations as we have at Alibaba, we had to create a comprehensive product portfolio for internal use. As you can see in this architecture, we built our system from the infrastructure level, establishing our own data centers, including servers, networks, GOC. We built major software including operating system, databases, storages, middleware services, and many more. All these are needed for our technological platform for computing, data processing, and algorithm development. Technological platforms and core engine serve all our business units within Alibaba Group. It can be the business in e-commerce or data processing, manufacturing, IT providers, digital media and entertainment, logistics, financial, and many other industries. All those technologies enabled us to develop the holistic cloud service portfolio tested internally. Now we have a wide range of infrastructure products, including computing, networking, storage, databases, etc. Together with this, we have a platform products, including DevOps, monitoring and security, application services, and of course, big data. Later talking, we're going to focus more on big data products. So let's turn into the core subject of this presentation. Let's talk about what do we offer for big data portfolio. Before we will dive into products introduction, I would define what do we mean by the big data. Our definition is pretty similar to conventional understanding of this term. Today's applications generate a massive volume of data. It becomes a new norm when enterprise store and process hundreds of terabytes of data or even petabytes level of data. The advancement in new emerging technologies such as IoT will add even more data that should be stored, processed, and analyzed. Data velocity is another metric of big data. Now, building a real-time analytics solution is considered as a must-have feature, so the data can come at different pace, in batch, in micro-batching, or in real time. Data can come in different forms as well. It can be traditional structured records or semi-structured logs or unstructured media files. Lastly, the data quality become an important requirement for data applications. Arriving to data platforms from different sources, the challenges of data inconsistency and incompleteness must be well addressed. The next, if we consider traditional data flow, we could define 4 major steps. For sake of simplification, we can group our typical data sources into business applications that generate database records, operational data, it can be emails, phone calls, video, audio files, etc. Last, but the fastest growing is IoT and machine-to-machine data that can come in real time. The first step in our data flow is data ingestion. It's not a trivial task to complete, as we will need to integrate various data sources and ingest data to unified data storage. A data storage is the second step. At this step, we will need to define what type of storage services we will use and for what data types. When data become available, we can apply various data processing and analysis tools. It can be as commonly known SQL queries, or it can be very sophisticated machine learning algorithms. Lastly, we need to consider the way the data will be consumed by different business users. The data visualization tools can help identify hidden patterns that otherwise cannot be seen from the detailed data records. Now let's see what Alibaba Cloud offers to support this data flow. So we start from the step number 1, which is data ingestion. As I already said, we're going to deal with the business applications that usually generate database records. We might have 2 types of the data operations for such data types. First, we can migrate and synchronize the data between the data sources and the target in the cloud. For this task, we can use data transmission service. Another type of the operation that we can do with such data types is upload the data to the cloud for the OLAP processing. For this scenario, we can offer the DataWorks with the built-in feature for the data integration. When we're dealing with operational data, like media files or business documents or log files, all of those data types are called semi-structured or unstructured data. What we can do with that, we can directly upload this data to the cloud storage. At Alibaba Cloud, we offer the following data ingestion tools. If we're dealing with the files, we can load them directly into our object storage using OSS import. If we need to deal with the semi-structured files, such as log files, we can provide a log service with built-in feature for the log hub. But if the enterprise has really massive volume of data that will take really long time to upload through the internet, we can offer the data transport tool. Data transport is the physical device that can be connected to the on-premise infrastructure, upload the data, and then be shipped to us, and we will connect to your cloud account and load the data into your cloud infrastructure. Last, if we need to deal with the real-time data, we can stream such data into the cloud services using, for example, Data Hub. Data Hub is our real-time message queue service. If we need to deal with the machine-to-machine or IoT data format, we can deal with the IoT Hub that can also support real-time data processing. When we define the data ingestion tool, it's also important to establish the secure connection between on-premise infrastructure and your cloud environment. For this, we can use as commonly used VPN services or Express Connect that can enable you to use dedicated line to connect the on-prem infrastructure and the cloud environment. The next step is how to deal with the data storage services. When dealing with data storage, we strongly recommend not to store all the data at one universal data storage that you're most familiar with. Instead, you can choose different cloud storage services based on data requirements. Today, the Lambda concept is widely adopted to manage your data. What it advises us is to layer our data based on how quickly the data should be accessed and utilized. The data can be layered as hot, warm, and cold. For each layer, we offer a specific storage solution. For example, if you need to deal with the hot data, then we can offer Memcache and Redis for cache. We provide NoSQL storages, including Table Store, which is our NoSQL key value storage. Also, we have a wide range of relational databases: MySQL, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, etc. Also, we have non-relational databases like MongoDB and hybrid analytical databases. For file storage, we offer Object Storage Service, or OSS for short. It provides encrypted, secure, cost-effective, and easy-to-use file storage service. OSS can also be used as a storage service within data lake architecture. Also, it can be used for cloud application, data storage, data backup and archiving, disaster recovery, and data replication, etc. It also provides a different level of the data storage service, like standard, infrequent access, and archiving, in order to help you to manage the consumption of your data stored at the OSS. To process OLAP data records, we offer Stream Compute, which can process your data in real time. For other use cases, such as batch and micro-batch data storage and processing, we offer Max Compute, which is our columnar big data storage service. And if you prefer to store the data in open source big data platform, we can offer you MapReduce that can provide you Hadoop in the cloud environment. The next step is data processing. The data can be processed in batch and in real time. The batch processing is most common approach where we need to define the group of transactions scheduled and collected over a period of time. Where real-time processing deals with the streams of data that are captured in real time and processed with minimal latency to generate real-time reports or automated responses. At Alibaba Cloud, we provide a set of tools for batch data processing. The Max Compute is a general-purpose, fully managed multi-tenancy data processing platform for large-scale data warehouse development. It supports petabyte-level scaling, multiple computational models including SQL, MapReduce, Graph. You also can define your own functions using available programmable SDKs for UDFs. Max Compute also provides rich developer ecosystem supporting Python, Java, and R. The interface with the Max Compute, the DataWorks is the best option. DataWorks is an online IDE for Max Compute platform. DataWorks supports an end-to-end data processing lifecycle. It has data ingestion tools to integrate various data sources, data development to manage and schedule different type of offline jobs. It also provides data governance capabilities, operation and maintenance, data asset management, data quality, and data security. It is equipped with the API interfaces enabling users to expose the data to external applications. So the combinations of the DataWorks and Max Compute create these kind of unified tools to build modern big data warehousing solution. The other offering is MapReduce. MapReduce is our version of managed Hadoop ecosystem in the cloud. You can deploy your own Apache Hadoop or Apache Spark environment in minutes and scale it on demand, managing your big data use cases, for example, for data analysis, data warehousing, and many other advanced analytics use cases. More interactive data processing tool is AnalyticDB. AnalyticDB is designed to provide interactive multidimensional queries to process billions of records at millisecond level. Connecting to big data platform built out of Max Compute or Hadoop, it can implement various use cases leveraging its high-performance data processing engine. Another tool that was released recently is a data lake analytics. It is a very powerful data processing product designed to implement data lake concept, decoupling storage and compute services. Data lake analytics can connect to various relational, non-relational, and object storage services to query data instantly using standard SQL. It also can be connected to various data visualization tools to simplify the process of the data exploration. Lastly, for interactive data processing, we provide Elasticsearch, which is a managed services of Elasticsearch that provides full text search and analytic capabilities to your architecture. For the real-time data processing, we offer Stream Compute. Stream Compute is developed based on Apache Flink, providing stateful real-time data processing capabilities. Stream Compute provides managed service to easily build native real-time data analytics solutions with low latency and optimized to operate at scale. It also provides fault tolerance, delivering message exactly once, ensuring data quality and avoiding data loss and duplication. It can be used to develop real-time analytics, monitoring, A/B testing, clickstream analysis, and IoT and device sensor data streaming. If you prefer to build real-time data application using open source platform, we can offer Spark Streaming, which is part of MapReduce product. After data processing, we need to find a way how to derive the value from the data. That's why this type of data analysis is crucial to achieve this goal. For data analysis, we provide Alibaba Cloud AI Suite, which is API-driven AI services. These API-driven services include different type of the recognition, like voice recognition, where we can deal with the text-to-speech or speech-to-text. The common use case is to substitute the rule-based call center with the more intuitive voice commands to improve customer experience from the images with the objects detected at those images. Face recognition is another tool that is widely used within Alibaba Group itself. For example, we recently deploy the biometrics-based payment system where you don't need to bring your credit card, your cell phone. Basically, you need to look at the self-service checkout terminal equipped with the 3D camera, and recognizing your facial feature, it can approve the transaction, the financial transactions. Offer at Alibaba Cloud Platform. Image search help to process the image of the certain item and search similar item that is located at your, for example, e-commerce portal. These help to increase the click-through rate at your e-commerce platforms. The other type of the AI services is platform of AI, or PI for short. The PI is equipped with machine learning platform and deep learning platform. Machine learning platform provide a wide range of machine learning algorithms available in a simple drag and drop mode in order to so-called democratize development of machine learning applications. The PI is equipped with the binary and multi-class classification, regression, clustering, recommendation algorithm like collaborative filtering, model evaluation, prediction, relational network analysis, and many more. For deep learning experts, we also provide the most popular deep learning frameworks like TensorFlow, MXNet, Caffe, and you can do your computation both on GPU and CPU. Apart from that, we recently released a new feature for data science workshop where you can use notebook-like environment in order to deploy third-party libraries and leverage them in your deep learning neural network training. The next step is data consumption through the visualization, through the data visualization. For this, we offer two types of the products. One is the Quick BI, which is a traditional business intelligence tool that can be connected to various data storage services and provide you the business intelligence dashboards. On the right side, you can see a Data V, which is the pure dashboarding solution, monitoring display. For example, we use it at Alibaba as a big screen dashboarding of our Double 11 shopping festival. Here is a master slide of our big data products portfolio. So we define different type of the data sources that we deal on a daily basis. Then we define how can we solve the challenges of the data ingestions using various tools for tables, and also we discuss various type of the database services. Then we had the in-depth discussion on data processing tools that we use, including DataWorks plus Max Compute, Analytic DB, Data Lake Analytics, Elasticsearch, Stream Compute, and of course MapReduce with managed service for Apache Hadoop and Apache Spark. Lastly, we quickly discuss on available data analysis tools, including the API-driven AI and also the platform of AI with machine learning and deep learning platforms. And lastly, we had a look at the data visualization tools, including Quick BI, Data V, And also, most of our products can be integrated with the third-party visualization tools, for example, Tableau. The next chapter of my presentation, I would focus on three major architectural principles and design patterns that we usually deal working with our customers. The first, how to build the modern data warehouse, how to apply advanced analytics on the data that we store at the warehouse, and how can we apply real-time data processing for IoT and streaming data. Let's start from the modern data warehouse. So as we discussed, the traditional enterprises deal with the structured data in the forms of the database records. If we have the set of the databases that need to be integrated with our data warehouse, we can use DataWorks with the data integration tool. At this stage, we can define what data need to be uploaded to the cloud environment. And then the DataWorks can transfer this data into max compute. In the era of the big data, we don't need to follow the conventional ETL process where we need to have the staging area for the transformation. Instead, right now, we can load everything first, then explore the data and do further transformations. That's what you can see in our architecture. So we basically store all data in the raw storage. Then we conduct batch processing, and then we store the clean data for various purposes. If we need to deal with unstructured or semi-structured data, the same can be used, like a DataWorks that can connect the your on-premise file storage, let's say SFTP, and the OSS. We also can use OSS import to do the same job. And at the same time, we can create temporarily instance for EMAP-REDUCE in order to perform some transformational job. Or if we deal with the new data types or maybe new data source, we can roll out the data lake analytics instances and explore the data before make decision to bring into the data warehouse solution. DataWorks not only providing data integration and data development capabilities, it also gives us the data management features. So we can define data governance, permission and access, and we also can define data quality rules. If we reach this phase, the data warehouse solution already looks pretty sophisticated. But if we were not able to deliver the insight on the data that we store at the data warehouse, the data flow will not be completed. That's why we add to the architecture the data visualization tools. We provide you quick BI and data view options in order to implement different type of the use cases. At the same time, you can export your reporting data storage into the external data storage, like AnalyticDB in this case. Or for simpler use cases, you can use any type of the relational databases, for example, MySQL. Then AnalyticDB in our architecture can be easily connected to the third-party visualization tools, as well as Alibaba Cloud visualization tools. When we need to add the advanced analytic use cases into our architecture, we can simply add the platform of AI. The raw storage and clean data can be used as the source of the data sets that needs to train the model, adding the new type of the features into the machine learning or deep learning models. Then the platform of AI can outcome the prediction that can be loaded into max compute process data storage. The last design patterns that we usually work with our customer is the real-time data processing or dealing with the IoT data. So in here, we can leverage our data hub, which is our real-time message queue service, connected with the stream compute for real-time data processing. We also can use the stream compute for the real-time data enrichment, connecting your static data into the flow and enrich them in a stream. Then this data can be synced into object storage in max compute, or can directly visualize it at a quick BI or a data V. The products and technologies that they introduce are pretty advanced by itself, but without real life implementation, they really can't add the value in the thing that we're doing in day-to-day business. That's why within Alibaba Cloud, we establish the new type of the practices that we call Brain for the verticals. It's basically industrial solution, highly customized based on the requirements for a particular industry. For example, we have extensive practice to support city transportation system in order to optimize the traffics. Of course, we leverage our expertise in the new retail, in finance, in Industry 4.0. We have several projects in environment, tourism, aviation, healthcare, energy, logistics, agriculture, and many more verticals. Let's have a look at several typical projects that we develop within this concept of the ET brains. The first, as I said, is ET City Brain. At this slide, you can see the information about the implementation of the project at Hangzhou City, where we help the government to control very outdated traffic lights that was programmed based on the very rigid ruling system. Instead of that, we apply very flexible machine learning algorithms in order to running the various simulation and also to optimize the traffic performance within the city. We also use the computer vision to train the traffic cameras to recognize various types of the incidents, like car accidents, hit and run, violation of the parking, overspeeding, and many other events. The advantage of that is we can reduce the pressure on the traffic police officers that in average can control 15 and 20 cameras, where the machine can control thousands in real time without the needs for the rest. Another use case come from the combination of these models. For example, on-demand green wave for ambulance. As you can see in this animation, we can receive the request from the hospital to deliver the person to the nearest hospital as soon as possible. In this case, we can predict when certain traffic light need to turn into green in order to provide the so-called green wave and shorten the period of delivering the person to the closest hospital. The ET City Brain was implemented in 7 cities in China, including Hangzhou, Chongqing, Suzhou, Macau, and several others. And also we recently released a new international project at Kuala Lumpur, where we work with the Malaysian government in order to create the smart city concept. The next use case is ET in this industrial brain. It's so-called Industry 4.0. So what we did is we leverage our big data and AI capabilities in order to train the model and find the way how to optimize every step at the production line in the factory. And we successfully achieve the the quite solid improvements in the yield rate of the silicon wafer slicing. We also reduce the fossil fuel consumption. We help the companies to yield the rate of the rubber compounding, and also increase the proportion of the grade A cell products. The next case reference is the Aviation Brain, where we use the machine learning in order to optimize the gate planning and manage the over 1,700 flights per day. And right now, it helps the Beijing Capital International Airport to save up to 5,000 hours a day in its operations. The next is eToGo Brain, where we help Alibaba Auto platform to deliver more than 9 million orders a day, and help to optimize the average delivery time to less than 30 minutes. The last case reference is the agricultural brain. So what we did for agriculture is we train computer vision to recognize different type of the accident and happening at the pig farm in order to increase the number of the piglets per sow per year, decrease the mortality rate, and today we oversee around 10 million farm pigs. Of course, such vast portfolio, together with the vertical solutions, is very difficult to manage only by Alibaba Cloud. That's why we tightly work with our eco partners, including SAP, Intel, Accenture, NVIDIA, and many more. I would highlight the 3 takeaways from this session. The first, most of the data intelligence products that I introduced today were built in-house. So they went through the real battlefield testing and prove its robustness and high performance and ability to scale in the scope of such vast business operations as we have at Alibaba Group. Second, Alibaba Cloud provides comprehensive data analytics and AI products portfolio that is designed to address most of the modern enterprise challenges. And the last is we're not only providing the separate modular tools to solve particular enterprise challenges, but together with that, we're providing the vertical industrial solution accompanied with the experienced data scientist, data engineers, data architect, who is capable to provide the holistic consulting services on the industry level expert. So start your big data journey today with Alibaba Cloud, and we'll be very happy to provide our experience and expertise in cutting edge technologies. So if you have the questions, please address them now and I will be happy to answer them.
Hi, Vlad. So we do have one question coming from the floor, and the question is actually, does Alibaba provide public data and satellite GPS, GIS mapping services via cloud services?
It's a good question, because recently geospatial data become quite hot topic, and yes, we do provide the service for processing geospatial data. You can use various data tools within Alibaba Cloud platform. At the same time, we're providing the solution from our partners, so you can use third-party services from S3, QGIS, ArcGIS, NASA, and the other sources of public data, or you can purchase some of the proprietary data. At the same time, because Alibaba Group itself, we have various type of the business units. We operate the navigation system called AutoNavi, or more famous by Chinese name Gaude Maps. So we have experience in both, using it within Alibaba Cloud and also as independent business.
Thank you so much, Val. So the next question, at least to say, the next question that we have is actually, do you have any tips for the audience today, to especially to the solution people, the developers? In this instance, would you mind giving us like a tip or two? Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to give several tips to our attendees. Though of course I cannot guarantee that they're going to fit in particular use case, because a lot of things depends on real circumstances where we need to operate. So generally speaking, what I would advise to people who decide to build a platform and they don't know where to start. So the first, what I would advise them is to build the system which is flexible enough, leverage the concept of decoupling some of the system from, let's say, storage and compute. Take in mind the end-to-end workflow when we need to define data sources. We need to define the storage services, the way we're going to process the data. For example, like how we're going to do a transformation of the data that we bring to the cloud. And then the process between storage and process, usually it's back and forth, because when we deal with raw data, we apply some transformations and store the process data. So we need to loop these operations again. And the next, obviously, we need to do the analysis of the data that we have in order to receive the answers in the form of the insights, in order to make data-driven decisions. The other suggestions might be to avoid to use only one single tool that you think most familiar to you, which means you need to take into account different requirements for a particular use case. For example, what data structure do you have? What data models you are going to build? How about the latency? How about the requirements for the throughput or access to the data? So lots of things, and it's better to use specific tools for specific problems that I described during my session. Another thing is more and more customers now migrating the infrastructure to the cloud, and one of the advantages that cloud can give to them is they can enjoy the fully managed service in order to build serverless architecture. So they can release the workload from the building infrastructure and maintaining the infrastructure in terms of how many resources do you need to provision to support certain job in your data platform. So in this case, the Alibaba Cloud can provide you very sophisticated tools. So you basically can use the data platform that I introduced today in order to build end-to-end serverless architecture, where your people no longer need to spend time on infrastructure and instead focus on something more value-added services. For example, how to derive value from the data assets that you store in a data platform. Another thing is now the real-time analytics become a kind of must-have tool. So when you consider your own analytics solutions, also take in mind that real-time data processing tools can enrich your capabilities in your data applications. And the last, again, is relevant to the cloud, that in the era of the big data, it's not actually necessary that it will require the big cost. So we need to stay the cost conscious when we are choosing the right tools for particular data platform. So I would frame this suggestion is in these kind of points that I just made. I hope it will be helpful. It makes sense to our audience.
Thank you, Val. I think we have another question from the floor. So a user is actually asking and would like to clarify, facial recognition can be fed into Tableau. Is that correct?
I'm not an expert in Tableau, and I'm not sure that I'm authorized to provide the comments on the third party. So I wouldn't answer this question, though I understand the importance of the biometrics analytics, and especially facial recognition, because even within Alibaba Group, we have so many use cases where we leverage the biometric information in order to provide better customer experience.
Great, thank you. For the next question that we have is actually coming from, hold on, the question, let me look at it again. Okay, so the question that we have from the floor is, for Brain, do you have that for higher education? If so, what specific cases have you had success with in the universities?
Again, it's a very good question, because the education is kind of very important within Alibaba Group, and Jack Ma pays a lot of attention in this area. Though, to my knowledge, I think we didn't develop particular brain for the education, though we had several solutions for this area. And we have the separate team who is working in this industry, providing technological support to the schools and universities. So I think I need to elaborate that Brains, it's kind of very um, high level and cutting edge technologies. So what we do first, we frame the solution, and then we can, if we can see that there is the opportunity to make it bigger, adding more muscle in it, so then the solution become one of our brain. So that's the difference.
All right, thank you, Val. I think that's all for the FNQ. And again, thank you so much, Val, for taking up your time and giving us such an insightful presentation. I definitely believe that the crowd and the floor sincerely appreciate it.